Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday Night Thrift Haul. We go live every Saturday night at 8:30 Mountain Time to show you what we've been thrifting for our store, Jamie Ray Vintage, in Lehi, Utah, and online at jamierayvintage.com. Caitlin is on here dropping links, answering questions. We're going to tell you what we paid, what we're going to sell it for, and what, if anything, we're going to do to make it over. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe because we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, we're both very tired. It's been a long day. We started doing football. I got Jack up at 7 and then drove him 15 minutes later to his game, and we've been going since.
Yeah, it's been a really busy day. So we're super excited. This is actually my favorite part of Saturday, almost every Saturday. So why don't you show them the candlesticks in front of you? All of the candlesticks you're going to see tonight, we are going to be painting and making over. Zeb loves to do sets, but this one I think we're going to sell individually.
This one's going to be a separate. I'll probably do it in a copper or a gold, because if I have a single candlestick, I like to typically make it metallic or super crusty and like lots of texture. It can go either way.
It would be super cute, like blue with white and then some gold, just like really French country.
Yeah, we could do that. This one painted up is going to be $24.95. We paid.
I think that was from. So that was from the.
This was from Joy or
Diane.
Diane. It'll be from Joy or Diane because they dropped stuff off the very same day, and we weren't there to like take the stuff in, so we don't know
what came from who.
Yeah, what came from which person. So Joy or Diane dropped this off.
We've had so much fun going through what they dropped off. I mean, it was probably like 15 or 20 boxes between the two of them, and then one of our neighbors came by too.
Did I mention this was going to be $24.95?
You did.
I don't remember that.
And we've been doing mystery boxes. We've mailed out all of those, and we've been painting stuff. So we still have like 9 more boxes to go through. So there's going to be lots more from Joy and Diane. All right.
This is a set of 3. This one is missing its little metal taper, because you can do like a bigger candlestick on these, or they will hold a taper. This one will no longer hold a taper. I think I'm just going to paint it up. I was going to try to get fancy and make a little taper thing, but we're not selling the set for enough to warrant that. So just going to make them all match with paint. You can still get a bigger candlestick on here. It'll be great. The set is going to be $39.95. And despite the varying sizes, they were all $1.
DI does that sometimes. All right.
They're like, you get $1 and you get $1 and you get $1.
This is from Goodwill. It was one of the few things that we picked up at Goodwill in this trip. I think it was like $3.99 or $4.99. We've noticed Goodwill significantly going up, at least here locally.
We haven't been there for 2 weeks, and it like I would say doubled on smaller items.
Because we went, you guys will see the video Monday, but we already thrifted for Monday because it's a holiday. Even though Goodwill's open, we just wanted to spend time with our kids and didn't want to spend time thrifting. So we did that Friday. And I noticed the other Goodwills we went to, the prices have gone up. But here's the thing. There's always something that we find that we can make a profit on. The trick is leaving what you feel like is overpriced, because I feel like the stores will eventually come down in price if they realize it's not going to sell. So this was like $3 or $4. I can't remember. And we're selling for $28.95. And I think this already sold. Yeah. It's a cookbook holder. That's what these little dinglings are. You put your... That's what they're called, dinglings.
Those are weights.
These weights, because you put your cookbook on here and then you put this over the top of it and it holds it so that way it doesn't, like, you know how when you try to just open a cookbook and the pages flop all over?
Yeah.
This makes that not happen.
So sometimes if like the prices are high and we leave it, we notice they do mark things down, and sometimes we'll snag them up if they're still available, but sometimes other people get a good deal. And sometimes we're like, oh, that's going to end up at the bins.
Yeah. People ask us like, how does things end up? Some things end up the Goodwill bins because they never went to Goodwill, but anything you find at the bins with a Goodwill tag means that it went to a Goodwill, nobody bought it, so now they're selling it by the pound. So it's fine. There's always good deals to be had.
Let's talk about this clock. This clock is controversial.
Okay, here's the thing. I said, when we were pricing things tonight, I said the clock that's ugly is sin. And he knew exactly what I was talking about. And Odelia came in and she goes, what clock? That one? She also knew what I was talking about. So it's not like I just made it up.
So the theme for this week was we got a lot of stuff dropped off at the shops. We didn't need to get a ton of stuff. So we pretty much just picked the things that really resonated with us while we were thrifting. If it was something that we would have normally got but needed a lot of repair or a lot of painting, we left it there. If it was too expensive, we left it. Sometimes, some weeks we will grab the more expensive items if we're not finding a lot, but we have so much. But Jamie saw this. She's like, we don't What are you doing? I have like a fun vision that I want to paint this, like kind of all like folk art maybe, or like very country. Might do some decoupage. It
looks like a stop sign.
It has a clothespin up inside here behind the clock piece for painting or for hanging notes or like a decoupage paper or something fun. And then this whole face is going to get redone. We're going to really just make that thing pop. It's going to be awesome when I get it done painted. It's going to be $39.95.
I have no doubt that you can make it awesome. I just feel like it's going to be more work than it's worth because I don't even like the plasticky numbers.
They're going away. That's all going away.
Oh, they got to go.
100%.
They got to go. All right. Caitlin dropped a link. So I want to remind you guys that 25% off all of our English and French finds. That's from when we went shopping in England last year, because we are currently planning another trip to England. So you can save 25% off for until Monday at 11:59 p.m. Utah time, 2024 Labor Day weekend. And then also milk paint is 25% off. Farmhouse finishes and bond at JamieRayVintage.com this weekend ends at 11:59 Monday, Labor Day 2024. So if you are shopping tonight, make sure you check out the English and French collection as well as the milk paint, so that way you can add on some, some discounts.
There's a few things left in there, and it's we don't usually bring stuff home that's not like really good stuff because it costs a lot of money to ship it. So it's only good stuff from England. So if you haven't checked it out and you've been wanting something from one of our trips, and that now's a great time to catch it because it's 25% off.
The color of the month, it's what? Is it still? Yeah, it's still August, right? It's the 31st?
Yep.
It's the 30th. No,
today's the 31st.
My phone is behind today.
There's no way.
So the milk paint color of the month is still willow. We won't tell you next month's paint until next month.
Yeah, because we don't usually know until the month hits.
Yeah.
All right, this is a skipping basket for sure. It's an amazing gathering basket. You could stuff long things. The thing about baskets is sometimes you get a little tiny basket because you start out getting like green beans or tomatoes or something like that. And then you're like, man, this cucumber is 4 feet long. I got to get it in here. Or zucchini or whatever.
Or fresh flowers that you
Jamie loves fresh flowers, but I will demonstrate the proper skipping method. Hold it like this.
Skip to
you give it a little swing.
Skip to my Zeb. Lori, the French and English find items are in the drop-down menu, or if you go to the main menu at JamieRayVintage.com, Caitlin put all of the French and English finds and all the milk paint all in one Labor Day sale collection. But there is a collection labeled English and French finds, or Caitlin will drop the link. Oh, there she goes. She dropped the link. So if you click that link that Caitlin just dropped, it's the English holiday.
It'll take you to it.
It'll take you straight to it. All right.
So sorry, that basket was $28.95.
If we were distracted by the skipping.
Yeah.
All right. We got a grinder. I'm going to give this one to you because it's heavy.
I feel this is definitely older. I feel like the attachment that they have on the front of this, Jamie thinks that like typically grinders are for like meat or other various products like that. But this attachment, I feel like it could be a grain grinder. Let me show you.
I don't know. I'm not like an expert on grinders.
Because I've never seen one like this for meat. For meat, they have dies up in the front that cut it as it pushes out. This just mushes. So I think this is for grain or something. It makes that wonderful noise when you spin it.
Well, it's
but
not, it's
there's
kind of
like
blurry.
there's an adjustment back here on the tightness of that. But it's pretty tight. And I think if you just have it tight enough to spin it, that you're going to get flour out of this. Anyway, I love that someone's repainted it. Where'd the price go?
Isn't this in the middle? $22.95.
$22.95 on this. And
Cynthia says it's more like a grain mill. So I gotta tell you this from Julie. She says, I skipped once through the house this summer and pulled my muscle in my lower ankle, the Achilles heel. I ain't young no more. No more skipping for me. You know what I did today? We were at Costco and there's like those speed bumps that are painted yellow. And I totally stepped over it, but not far enough and twisted my ankle. And Zeb's like, what? You didn't see the bright yellow speed bump? I'm like, I saw it. My ankle was not mentally prepared for it.
I didn't say it quite like that.
That's exactly what it was in tease.
It was more like this. Did you not see that big yellow speed bump right there?
Yeah, lest you think that Zeb doesn't tease me. It happens.
Not very often.
Because I don't like it. But that was funny. Yeah. I mean, I laughed. Oh, Cortrina, you don't want the urn painted? Here's the thing, Cortrina.
It does have one little chip in the back that we were going to repair.
In the back that we were going to repair with paint. So if you don't want it painted, we could still put air dried clay in it and try to color match it.
So I could probably drop a little bit of watered down crockery and maybe some dark wax on that, and we're going to get pretty close. Yeah. If you want to just try that out, let us know. Comment or email Caitlin.
This is Cortrina. She bought it. It's $49.95. This was dropped off to us by, I believe, Diane. I'm not sure. It could have been Joy, but I'm pretty sure this came from Diane. So it's just really pretty, very ornate and scrolly. And it's not cement, but it's got like a really great texture and it's heavy. So it must have a weighted bottom because it's got a good weight to it. Cortina says that's fine. Okay, that's what we'll do.
Okay.
I'll put this in the window.
All right. I could not leave this tray at the thrift store, or this, I guess it's like a shelf tray situation with hooks. It was only $6 at the thrift store. We are going to get it all done up, make it awesome.
No, we're not.
Well, it needs at least like some.
Okay, I'm just going to clean it.
It needs some cleaning and some tasteful distressing.
Well, I didn't put that I was going to do anything in it. Yeah, I like the way that it looks.
That's all done up. It's going to be $69.95. Sometimes black is good. It's very popular to do the black with gold and copper. No, I didn't have any painting plans.
I think somebody already bought it. Oh, I thought you said we were going to paint it up.
I said done up. It needs washed, and it does have some places where it's a little dinged. I need to sand it.
Oh, sorry. I should have listened to all your words.
I mean, done up could mean painting it.
When I get done up, I'm painting my face. So when you said we're going to get this all done up, I'm like, no, we're not painting it.
When I get done up, it means I put pants on.
We appreciate that. All right. Yeah. So that one already sold. It's going to be quite a bit to ship. So keep that in mind. If you guys are resellers and you're shipping large things, chances are your website, unless you have programmed it to do so, which I still haven't figured out, won't charge enough for shipping. So I always try to include that in the price. All right.
Okay, we got some fun
questions. Oh, we're doing good. Okay.
We got some fun Goodwill bin finds here. These are brass. They're like a hammered brass napkin ring. We got a set of 4 of them for $12.95.
I don't know. We probably paid like 50 cents at the bins.
Yeah.
Bin stuff. Price was
by weight. Like this is probably maybe like 1/8 of a pound.
Did I find these in a bag and I pulled just these out of a bag?
I don't remember. I wasn't there with you.
Well, you edited the video.
I didn't see that. You didn't film that part.
I think that's what I did. I found them. So when you're at the Goodwill bins, you don't have to buy the whole bags because everything's by the weight. I didn't realize that when we first went. And so now if I find things in bags,
just rip that bag open and get the goodies out.
Wide open and get the goodies.
I mean, you guys have seen the bins on the Thursday videos when we're going through those bins at the Goodwill, and they're literally like just stuff just dumped in them, and you got to paw through that and find them. No one's gonna know or care that you ripped the bag open and got just what you wanted.
Not at all. All right, so these are oven necks, and they're just like iridescent and metal, and they've got like these folded ends, slightly rusty and crusty, and I just think they're so cute. I would use them for like organizing, or I don't know, even if you were into like this could, you know how they like a bathtub Mary, but you could do like a small Virgin Mary in here.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what a bathtub Mary is. In my mind,
Richard has told you about bathtub Marys.
I know he has.
He's from back east, and they take.
In my mind, I was thinking.
They put them in the ground and they put the Virgin Mary in it. But I think you could do the same thing with these. It'd be cute. Or you could do like a nativity for Christmas.
This is where I'm at tonight. I was thinking that you were gonna set this up like a little doll bathtub and name your doll Mary.
Okay. Found these at the bins. They're $19.95. You can do whatever you want with them. Doll bath, bathtub Mary, whatever works for you.
All right, we've got these goblets. They are this really awesome cobalt blue, not glue. I believe they're just glass on the bottom. I don't think that's crystal.
Seb, hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I got distracted by Nadine. You tell them about those. I'm going to grab the platter.
Okay, so Jamie found these. I think they were from a Goodwill. Yes? No?
No, those are from
maybe DI. She's peeled the sticker off so that she could take a good picture of them.
They were $1 each.
Okay, $1 each. We're selling them
cobalt blue
for $9 each.
Yeah, and they're textured on the bottom. And cobalt sells really well, but I also love texture. The goblets are they're really good.
It's also that time of year where the blue and just goes really well with autumn stuff.
Or Christmas, like if you have like blue and gold themes. So Nadine Berry wants to know. I think this is the platter she's asking about. Those 2 bunnies that you painted, do you remember the ones you did for Nadine? I don't remember. She wants to know if they would fit on this. You know what? You keep showing stuff, and
I
I'm gonna
remember
look up her order.
I remember the rocking horse I did.
Nope, not that.
But these are $9.95 each, and then Jamie has a platter she'll show in a minute. This is a really fun find. Whoever buys this is getting a screaming deal. We found this for $3. It's got yards and yards and yards of this lace left. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on a close-up here for you.
So, oh, Zeb, it's this one. The ones that looked yellow, I think Nadine bought these.
Okay,
With
so
those, I don't think those would fit on here. Those were kind of big.
yeah, they're gonna be.
Yeah, you're gonna need.
Like they might, but they also might hang over.
Yeah, Nadine, I think this is gonna be too small. So,
all right.
Hopefully that answers your
Big
question.
old roll of lace. It's like an industrial roll size here. $22.95.
There's a lot on there. Zeb's like, somebody's gonna get a deal. I'm actually surprised it hasn't sold yet. So
If I were to go buy this, because we were doing a bunch of chairs and you were putting lace around them or whatever, this would probably cost me like $40.
Marcella wants to know
For
if
as
these are
much
from
as we
Germany.
need.
I think no, they're made in the USA. These pans are.
Yeah.
And then we had another Free Spirit said that she has these same Cobalt glasses. They're really pretty. I like them. Cobalt sells well, and I buy it almost anytime I can find it in good condition. Okay, so this is the platter from Homer Laughlin. It's $28.95. I think this was like $1 or $2. I can't remember. And I just love simple platters. You guys know that I love to style these with like a floral arrangement in a vase or whatever, or a picture on them. I just think they're really pretty. And then obviously you could use them, you know, to platter stuff. Is that the word? When you put stuff on a platter, you platter it?
Plate it.
Plate it. Whatever.
It's the plater.
The plater.
All right. Tell them about your fun little cookie house. This is actually already sold. It was one of the first things that we saw sell tonight. If you're wondering why things have already sold as we're showing them, it's because everything on the thrift haul that we're showing goes live all at once on the website at about 8:25 p.m. on Saturday Mountain Time.
Yep.
And a lot of people know that, and they're waiting for it, and they shop, and they've signed up for our texts and our emails, and we send those out to let you know, hey, the thrift haul's up.
And some people are just lurkers. They lurk around the website.
They're waiting.
They wait because they know it's
They're
happening
like,
on
hey.
Saturday. There's a small chip in this. I did put that in the listing. I saw these anywhere from like 100 up for this particular Duncan Enterprise 1977 cookie jar. I actually think for Christmas, this is so stinking cute. It does need a good scrub. It has what we like to call kitchen fur.
Mm-hmm.
So this will go in the sink and get some Dawn and warm water and get the kitchen fur off. But I think it's really cute. And I actually like the coloring on it because it's very neutral. So you could kind of jazz it up with any other kind of Christmas decor that you have, and it would match whatever. And you can leave it out year round, even though it's kind of a gingerbread house, because it's not in like Christmas colored. I'm like, what's the word that I want to say? It's not Christmas colored. Has the essence of Christmas.
All right, we got a bunch of really great Reader's Digests from the bins. Sorry,
Like,
I was looking at this other one over here, and I lost my word.
Be sure to be sharing, guys, because in about 10 minutes, we're going to share our share winners. So anybody that shares our stuff on Facebook, we every week pick 2 people, and this week we're picking 4 people, and we send them happy mail.
We're picking 4 because we didn't get it done last week.
Yeah, we missed last week because Caitlin was not on the live, and we forgot to get it done ahead of time.
All right, so we sell our Reader's Digests for $9.95, regardless of age. We try to pick the ones with the really fun colors, and you can see how fun this is just all together right here like this with the binding showing.
That's cute.
But look at how fun these covers are that we got this week. I found 3 or 4 of them, and I had a thrifting buddy at the bins that was helping me, and she kept bringing me more books.
Yeah, that's always fun. I love too, like you could do like red, white, and blue. You could do blue and green. Autumnal colors are like really fun. I actually think this Dinah Blow Your Horn is the first. I always just list the color or a Reader's Digest and like the name of the first book. Because there's 3 books in it. But anyways, I think this one is really good for autumn. But you could also then pair this with red. And you could just throw it like that. And then it'd be good for Christmas. So I like to organize them by that. And I decorate with these in my house. And my grandpa had these books. And I actually have some of mine are from him. And so They're just really nostalgic for me. And my mom loves to read them. So sometimes she reads them first and then we sell them in the store.
So when I was working with my cousin down in Phoenix area, and we would work in the middle of the night, and I was 14, 15 before I could drive. I was staying with my grandma while I was working a whole summer with my cousin, and she had about 200 of these, and I read a lot of the stories out of them.
Your parents sent you to grandma boarding school?
No, it was just summer work.
I know, but you lived with your grandma?
I stayed with her. Yeah, it was after.
Did you go home on the weekends?
No, it was after Granddad had passed, and I'd stay down there for like 2 months at a time. And stayed with Grandma, helped her.
Did your mom send you notes? I don't know that I could be without my kids for 2 months. I'm about to be without my kid for 18 months.
I was working. I was making money.
But
James needed help.
All right, next up, this Cortrina purchase. This is a Wexford anchor hawking candy dish. Zeb was actually the one that found this. We found it for $3.
Yeah.
We sold it for $38.95, which is reasonably priced for this particular candy dish. We look things up to see what things are selling for, what things have sold for, and then we usually try to price them somewhere in the middle or slightly less than the middle of what we're finding them for. So I thought that was a really good deal.
Well, a lot of times when you find things and the prices are like way out there, they're still on the internet because they haven't sold because it was too much.
They're reaching for the stars. Yeah. I think Cortrina said that she bought this. I'm going to put this also in the kitchen sink because it does need a good
one of my
scrub.
favorite finds this week. And because I grabbed it off a cart real quick and I was super excited to find it because A, we love copper, and B, we love copper cookie cutters. And this is perfect time of year for this because we're headed into fall and the Christmas holidays and winter holidays. And this was $1. It was the very first thing that sold when the thrift haul went live on the website
it's
tonight.
A heavy gauge, got patina.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. I would just put like a velvet ribbon on it and put it on my Christmas tree.
Just a really great copper cookie cutter. We sold it for $16.95.
I love that. Okay, next up, a little teacup if you're feeling fancy. This just has a number and a letter on the bottom, C7215, and not a maker. It is opalescent on the inside, and it does not have a saucer, which I feel like is okay because I'm always finding random saucers, so you can mix and match them. And I like the pink pattern on it. It was $1, and we're selling it for $6.95. Teacups sell well for us, so I like to have a good variety in the shop. Okay, you want to show me?
I'm trying to determine if this was homemade. It is not uniform.
Well, it's got like this, like, if it is, oh, they might have like.
They could have bent that and just done a whole strip and then bent it all together.
Or it's just lived in somebody's drawer for a while.
Because it's welded together there.
I don't know. It's really cool.
All right. Planters. We're almost out of planter season, but now it's time to dress up your fake plants and make them look awesome. Because, you know, it's time for that. And indoor plants, you can plant those year round.
That one's really pretty. This one is stamped on the bottom. I don't know what that says, but it's New England pottery made in Portugal. I don't know what makes it New England, but that's what it is. What is that?
It's like a serial number, 31402.
It's $16.95. I think you found that one, right?
This is a Jamie find.
It's pretty bad when a week later, or did that come from?
It might have been.
I think it came from
the donation.
Diana Joy, the donation stuff. Okay, so next up, my mom was like, "That is really ugly, but it's going to be so pretty when you paint it." I'm like, "Well, thank you, I guess."
I think it's amazing.
This came from Diana Joy too. This was in the. We're just going to say donation boxes because it just had people that drop stuff off at the shop. It's going to be $44.95. The floral on it is really cool. The size is good. It's big. You can see it like next to me how large this is. And we are going to repaint it, and it's going to be $44.95. And I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know exactly how I'm going to paint it, if I'm going to two-tone it, or it's definitely going to have more than one paint color because you really need to bring out the detail in all this floral and leaves because it just kind of looks lumpy, like almost like a palm tree, but that's not what it is.
So when we say donation, it's important to know that we are not a charity.
We are not a charity. No, that's
people are just dropping things off at the shop. They started doing it during COVID, and some people still do it when the charity shops were closed.
And we don't always take stuff. Like sometimes we're just full and we just can't take stuff. But a lot of people know what we like, and they bring us stuff by. It's always no strings attached. So I'm like, hey, I can't promise what I'm going to do with it. And it's been kind of fun this time because we've done a bunch of mystery boxes, and those sell really fast, and people are so excited to get them. So it's fun to be able to do that.
All right. Is this also from that, Jamie? or did we thrift this? This has a
Nope,
very old DI sticker
that
on
came
it.
from the drop. We'll call them the drop-offs. How about that?
Okay.
Drop-offs.
This a green pine toolbox. It's got great hinges on it.
Hinges.
And then a clasp.
It's like green stained. Is that what that is?
Let's focus for a second. There it is. Yeah, it's
Item has sold.
It's almost like a
It's really
like
cool.
a wash, like a green wash. It's green inside too.
Ava says don't paint the box. I am not going to.
Nope.
I actually love the way that it looks. So no need to paint that. So next up, Zeb bought this, I think, for like $1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, $1.
You know,
it's just a little bird cage. I'm selling for $6.95. It'd be cute with a little candle in it or some floral.
Yeah, I thought for like a tea light.
Or I like to have oversized ornaments. So this is this time of year. If you have kind of a French country bird themed tree, you can hang this with some velvet ribbon and hang it on your tree.
You know, I wasn't leaving this little birdhouse with it's got like a cast iron bird on the top.
It's really cute. Speaking of cast iron, doorstop, weapon, one bookend.
It's like reminiscent of a fleur-de-lis, but not quite.
Oh, I think I called it a fleur-de-lis.
Maybe.
$9.95, and it's cast iron, so very, very heavy. Next up, we picked this up for $1.50. I cannot remember if we bought this.
I got that one.
Zeb bought it. That's why I can't remember.
I thought it'd be perfect for a stencil.
It's going to get stenciled, and it'll be $12.95. I didn't know you thought that, but when I saw it, I said stencil. So when I listed it, that's what I did. It's going to be cute. I like the little handles.
We have like 5 or 6 things that need painted and cleaned up, but it's not bad tonight.
We're staying pretty good on top of it because we have a lot of projects coming up. And like I said, we are working on trying to make a trip to England, and we've got to get like a bunch of stuff ready for winter because when we get back from England, it's full-fledged cold weather here.
All the garden stuff is also like coming off like right now. It's ready. My corn, I think, is already past. We did eat some already. It's gotten maybe chalky or mealy, however you want to describe that. But I'm going to put it in a soup with like potatoes and some meat that's probably freezer burned and and some carrots, and it should be delicious.
All that to say, we don't have time to paint because we got a garden. All right, next up, I bought this book knowing full well that Zeb would love it. He loves these book boxes. They've got like little magnets on them. This one I think is made of plywood or balsa wood. Maybe?
They're usually wood on the inside and then whatever canvas fabric that they decoupage on there.
It was $3 and it's going to be $24.95. Zeb likes to decoupage them, and this is a good size book.
It's a big one.
It's a big book.
It's going to have to get like a medium paper or something on there.
Oh, you're welcome, Marlene. She said, thanks, Zeb, for helping me load my beautiful little stand in the car today. So Marlene,
were you able to get the feet back on it?
Hopefully. Marlene came by the shop today and bought I would call it like an oversized nightstand, small dresser. I don't know. We picked it up Friday when we were out thrifting, and we got it at the Goodwill, the one in Sandy. And I was like, I don't really have time to paint it, and it's cute as is. It has a really cute scallop back. Let's just put it in the shop because we have a hole. And I'm glad that we did because Marlene came in today and bought it. So you guys won't actually see that piece until Monday's video, but it's already sold. So thanks for coming in. And it was the perfect timing because Zeb and I what were we doing? Oh, we were grabbing Zeb's truck, right? Because Zeb bought a new truck today. So
it was Labor Day weekend. They had deals I could not pass.
So it was perfect time. We were just there for a few minutes. We helped Marlene. All right, next up, $16.95 for this ruffle edged. It looks like stoneware, but it's not. Ceramic bowl. Really for serving coming up. I actually wonder, could you bake a pie in this, even though it's not round?
I don't know. It says, I think it's newer. The Alco, it says microwave and dishwasher safe. So I don't know if you could put it in the oven, but typically anything that you can get in the microwave, you can put in the oven.
Is that true? I'm going to need you guys to fact check that. All right, let's do our winners.
They didn't have enough room on their little circle here to say also oven safe.
Yeah. I would have came over to say hi to you, but I didn't know who it was. I just was like, hey, Zeb, help them load that up. And then I was talking to my over the fence neighbors at the shop, and they are asking all kinds of questions like what kind of car were we going to look at? Because my neighbor that lives next to the shop, he loves vehicles and trucks, especially just like Zeb. So he had to have all the details. So.
He gets new trucks about as often as I do. Actually, he got 2 last year. No, 3. He had 3 trucks this year already.
Yes, he did.
He swapped 3 trucks.
Zeb's had his truck for a couple of years now, so that's like a world record. All right, next up, we've got our share winners. Sorry for all the truck talk. we'll share the truck when we pick it up because, of course, Zeb is not taking it as is. So it's got to have a few things done to it. Share winners. Cindy Stutz, Studz. Deanna Clinard Tribble. Clinard is Clinard and Tribble is Tribble. Then we have Danny and Linda O'Kane, Okane, and Yvonne Morlet, Morlet. If any of these are you, please email info at, sorry, I'm going to sneeze.
You have to start that
Can you
over.
just tell them where to email?
Yes. Email your address so we can mail to. Don't type it in the chat.
Your
here.
Mailing address.
Email
Sorry.
your mailing address
it.
so that we can send your prize to you at info@jamierayvintage.com.
Yes. And also, thanks for sharing. It helps us out a ton. Please send us your mailing address and we will send you some happy mail. And if you have not won yet, even if you have, please keep sharing. But if you have not won yet, we will ship anywhere it's legal to ship to, anywhere in the world. Like, even if you're not in the same country, we'll ship to something. If you live out of country, it's probably going to be like something flat because shipping's expensive, but we'll send it to you. So please share out our stuff. And
we have a lot of people
everybody.
that share out of their goodness of their heart. And the bonus is sometimes they get stuff.
We appreciate all the goodness of all the hearts. Okay. I don't know if you pushed this over to me because you wanted to share it.
I'm just sliding things over.
Okay,
you're great at narrating tonight. I'm not very focused. I can feel it inside.
Give you this because you're the book guy.
Zane Gray. From my old stomping grounds. Western author, writes a lot of things.
Your old stomping grounds.
He's from Arizona.
Oh.
The Vanishing American. This is a 1925 version of that. And it's got this really great kind of southwestern theme on the front. Oh, come on, focus for me.
Oh, cover my face. Okay, now try it.
It's not focusing.
There you go. For just a minute.
I'm going to come make it focus. I want you to see it.
He wants you to see this.
It's just fun. This book is $12.95.
Lori, if you go to our website at jamierayvintage.com, our mailing address is on our website. If you're sending just books and you're in the US, you can send them media mail and it's a lot less expensive.
Yeah.
They don't give you tracking or guaranteed shipment times, but we'll save you money. All right, next up, we've got these plates, which I think are beautiful. They're Crown Potteries Co., made in the USA. I have actually sold this brand quite a bit. And there's saucers, which I thought they were just little plates, but they're actually saucers, big plates, and bowls. And I think they were all $1. Like, irregardless, this store sold them to us for $1. So the saucers are $3.95 each, and then $7.95 for the big dinner plates. And then $4.95 for these little, I would call them like single serving little sundae bowls. You can put like a little scoop of ice cream and some hot fudge in them. Or you could put a side dish of vegetables if you're healthy like that. But I just think they're really, really pretty. Let me take the tape out of this one. I think Zeb showed them to you up close. But the floral in them is really good. I think that it's like supposed to be watercolor floral, but I don't think they look like watercolor. So
they're almost too crisp to be watercolor.
Yeah.
But some people are very good with watercolors.
that is true.
Okay. Apparently, I bought all the things that I like. I do gravitate towards things that need repairs. When I'm in the thrift store, I have to be kind of cautious of that because I can buy like pretty much everything in there and fix it. But I don't have time to fix everything. This is missing its back. It was only $5, but you can see sitting here next to me, it's like as big as my torso. It's a giant clock. We're going to paint it up. I'm going to put a back on it. It'll be $49.95. The drawers are functional. But I think I only paid $5.
And maybe people won't expect them to be functional, so you can put like treats that you don't want to share in them. So if you put it back on the sub, you're only going to want to put it back halfway or something that comes off because you got to be able to put that in.
So look, it's got these two clasps. Someone just forgot to put the back on it last time they used it. Yeah, I got
easy for me because you're going to do it.
It's like a little square shape. I'll just.
Queen Bee says she loves that clock.
It's a good clock and it's big.
Sylvia says she wants to buy the cookie jar. So the cookie jar house has sold, but to purchase anything is all listed at jamierayvintage.com under thrift finds and thrift flips. So if you're searching for anything else, one of the things you can do on our website, which I love to do when people are looking for something specific, is there's a little search, like almost magnifying glass. If you click that, you could type cookie jar or book or tablecloth or whatever you're looking for, and then it'll pull up everything that is that or says that in the title, and that'll kind of help find the things that you're looking for, because we do have a really good selection, not just what you see here. we have a good amount of things in our shop, and everything in our shop is online.
You can actually really get a good view of what we have in our shop because I wandered around the shop a lot on Thursday.
Video from Thursday. yeah, I was sick last week. I had food poisoning. I was down for a couple days, and Zeb finished Thursday's video and organized the shop. So I did lots of filming there. All right. So next up, Homer Laughlin. This is a gravy boat, oversized creamer, small pitcher, whatever you want to call it. I love the pattern on it. It's got like a, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. It gets blurry up there. It's probably actually better from further away. It was $2.99. I'm selling it for $12.95. I also think this would be so cute with like some fresh flowers in it. All right. Next up, books. Oh, I'm gonna let you do that.
Here, you got some more dishes to show.
Do some not books. I think this already sold. Actually, I just saw somebody bought this. So this says $2.99, but I got this at the Goodwill bin. So this is something that was at Goodwill that didn't sell. It is a collectible from Bramble and Clover that has a hedgehog. I didn't know what it was.
I could have told you it was a hedgehog. I have a hedgehog in one of my stories that I wrote that's like a familiar for the wizard.
Zeb's also a writer, in case you didn't know. Not published, but someday. It's got strawberries on it. It's so cute.
Jamie's like, you got to publish something at some point because you're spending way too much
Or
writing.
did we get it at the Goodwill?
It was at the bins.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, from the bins. I sold it for $12.95. So I probably paid like, I actually think they gave us all of our hard goods minus the big light fixture that we didn't show afterwards that we're putting in the cottage. So I think we paid $1.99 for like everything that was hard goods besides the light fixture. Yeah.
I think he was. So there's some people at the bins that are very meticulous and they'll price everything out. It's because some things are individual, like some of the things that they have, they won't do by the pound. But most things are by the pound. But there's a couple guys in there that like, they're just like, man, I got a line. Here you go. Just take it. We're going to throw it away anyway. Just take it.
Decode Vintage thought this was a porcupine, but Lynn purchased it for her friend who just, I have a friend that just got a hedgehog as a pet. I'm so happy she got it early enough to get it. That's fun. I wasn't sure who was going to want it, but I guess we got it for your friend. So that's fun. Next up, we've got this is a pie plate, or I guess it could be like a deep dish pasta plate. It is hand spun. You can see that it's signed on the bottom. The glazing is beautiful. I think I have a $1 sticker on here, but I don't remember it being that cheap. It probably wasn't over $2 because it came from DI, but look at the glazing on that. It's just really pretty. And it's $16.95. Anytime we can find is it called hand turned? I don't know. Hand thrown pottery that has a unique glaze in colors that we like, we always buy it because honestly, if you bought this from a potter, they would sell it for way more. People don't realize how much of a good deal it is when you can find this stuff thrifting because from a potter, I think you probably would pay at least $30.
I'd say 30 to 40.
To 100 depending on
because they're doing like the glaze isn't cheap, the clay's not cheap.
This is multiple colors.
You're paying for like thousands of hours of practice. My art teacher worked for they made mugs in college while he was going through college, and he said he probably made 2,000 to 3,000 mugs, and he was never going to make another mug again. But then he showed art students how to make mugs like every day.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to go through these books.
I'm gluing the binding back on this.
This is present day Italian Joseph Louis Russo. This book is $19.95, and it's just got like a really great map on the inside of it. The coloring is really good. It kind of looks like worn denim. A lot of times Zeb's just buying books for the colors.
Yep.
Next up, we've got this beautiful
I feel like you need to know that. Like, I'm not reading the insides of most of these books or looking up titles. I'm like, that's a great color. It's got a deckled edge. Let's do it.
Yeah, he's not. The Complete Walker, Colin Fletcher. This one is a beautiful Kelly green, and it has a deckled edge, which if you don't know what that is, it's just like a regular cut edge. It's not smooth. It's more of an antique look. And this one is from 1969, so not as old as some of the other ones. So I
got that because the pages have a good age to them.
Yeah, and the color is just really pretty. $12.95 for this one. This one is really old.
Listen, 1969. Not to throw you under the bus if you were born in the 60s, but that's getting to be a minute ago. So I was born in 81, and I was talking to Jamie. I'm like, today I am as close to World War II from my birth as I am to present day right now. And I was like, wrap that around your head.
Stoddard's Lectures from Canada. This is from 1902. The coloring is beautiful. It does have leather on it. And it is in 1902 shape. It's got artwork in it, like really pretty artwork. And a rather old book. So it's really fun. It's all about Canada.
All right,
So
this
love
green
that.
book I've been gluing. I might have to redo that and put some like actual thicker glue in there. It's called Of Human Bondage, and it is an international collection or collector's library. Got it for the green and gold, and it has a deckled edge. It's like the trifecta of goodness.
You want to show them all these episodes while you're there?
And this one, I believe, is $12.95. Let me show you the green and gold.
I was selling it as is without it being repaired. So anything you do is next level.
Yeah, see, it's not sticking. The hot or the super glue is not working on it. I'm gonna have to put something more substantial.
So
on there.
don't tell my sister the librarian, but I just like wood glue. It's paper. Paper is made from trees.
I actually like hot glue on them. It works really well. All right, I led 3 lives. Age, 100% age. You took the price off this one though.
What?
Is this another $12.95?
No, I think it was 22.
$22.95. This one I got because the age, but someone has painted this book brown. It used to be red, and they did their own gold detail with a pen, looks like, on this book. And
Judy says Fabri-Tac works well.
Oh, nice.
I'll buy some on Amazon and try it.
It's got it on the front too, but it's very faint on the front, like it's been worn off. This one is $22.95. An Age of Barns.
I don't think that's listed.
Did you not get this one listed? If not, we will list it next week. People were excited about it.
Oh shoot!
Because look at all the art in here. It's almost like
I can add it.
Like the paper in here is almost like a notebook or a sketch pad type paper. But it's showing like underneath some of these barns, the cellars that they had, types of hinges, different shapes and why they did them like that. The big barn built in 1860 at Lion Falls, New York. Like that's a big barn.
Yeah, I'm going to list that one right now.
This one is amazing.
How much we sold that similar book of his for $19.95?
Yeah, I think $19.95 is fair.
What is that called from Eric Sloan?
An Age of Barns.
Okay.
And I just love it. I could look through that book and read it probably a dozen times. I'm really into architecture.
I don't know if that one's listed either.
This is also not listed?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
So this I got for ephemera, just for the notebook, and it's probably like an old piano workbook. But I also liked all the little art in the corners. This is only going to be $9.95 once Jamie gets it listed. But good age, if you just want to take the pages out, she's going to do it right now.
Hold on, Zeb, can you move that out of the picture?
Yep. Okay. This one is great coffee table book. $22.95 on this one. Monet water lilies.
I think that one's sold.
This one has just a lot of Monet's art in it. Let me see if I can hold it up. We'll have to get 2 hands going here. But some of them are like they're bigger and they fold out. Let me see if I can find one. Hold please. All right, none of those ones apparently. All right, this one in the front does. So opens up and it's got a big view. Let's see, how big is that of the water lilies? Three pages wide. Anyway, fun book. If you like Monet, $22.95. And that's all the books.
All right, you're gonna have to keep going because I'm listing the music.
Okay. Did you show them all any of this?
I didn't show them this little pile here of that scoop.
Okay. Grain scoop or whatever you want. $14.95 on this. It's galvanized and then it's got the wood back and they just bent the metal around it and screwed it in. I don't know that it's actually old, but it's a good reproduction if it's not actually old, and it's been around a minute anyway. It's got enough dust on here. We'll dust it before we send it to you, unless you want the barn dust. But $14.95 on this.
We're not sending it with dust. It's going to be gone by the time somebody emails. We will have removed it. All right, I added the music sheets for ephemera. So done.
This is Branksome, China, England. It does have little flea bite on the inside of the lip here, but on something it's totally usable.
The color is so good.
Yeah, it's got like a good, almost like a sea foam type color.
Minty turquoise. It's very mid-century looking to me, and it's from England.
It's got a tiny chip right there. It's not sharp, but I would probably plant in this if it was mine.
Cheryl says Monet's gardens are beautiful. Had the opportunity to visit. Zeb and I were in Monet's gardens in 2019. 2019, and they were amazing. If I had time, I would actually go. That's one of those places.
It was
that
the
I've been to
fall
and I would
there,
go
and it
back.
was still awesome.
So
it was like
pretty.
October.
Yeah, we were there in October. I don't know why. It just seems like the time that we have to go. So if you guys are wondering about our next upcoming trips, we don't have dates specifically, but it's probably gonna be in October. And we're probably gonna, I know people really want us to go up north, but I really want to spend more time in Sussex. So I think that's where we're gonna stay. I haven't decided. We are like, sometimes we don't book our Airbnbs until like right before we go. Yeah. And actually when we go,
when we were there, we were like, we're gonna be over here tomorrow night. Let's just get another Airbnb over there.
A lot of times I just book my first Airbnb and then we just hop all over wherever.
That's the beauty of like Airbnbs. I mean, there's always a hotel. You can always get a hotel. But,
you can always sleep in your car.
But the beauty of the Airbnbs is that typically, like, you can find something in your area, especially over in like Europe. They have them all over the place.
They have a lot of what are the holiday lets?
Yes.
Like vacation homes. Okay, I just thought this cow was the cutest thing ever. It looks almost like a quilted cow, and she's got a bell and a bow, and she's $8.95. Her name is Belle. Get a kick out of you from Cuddlesons.
You gotta tap it if you're gonna show it close.
Okay.
Otherwise, it doesn't focus. It's not liking us tonight. We only have a few more things, and then quilts, guys. Are you guys ready for quilts?
Moo. Oh. I couldn't leave her, and I'm not normally a figurine tchotchke girl, but I just loved her.
I'm gonna show this big art before we forget. So this is actually, I thought this was a print. This is actually hand done painted. It's not a print. This original piece of art here.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Whoever painted that is really good.
They taped off the edges here, and you can see where it's leaked under. The paint has leaked under the tape all along the edge. This one is going to be without any frame, largely in part due to its size, and it's going to cost us quite a bit to ship it, is $199.95. But it is an original piece of art. And
it's not signed. That's the other reason why I didn't think that it was.
That doesn't mean anything. I never sign my stuff.
You don't?
Here, let me show you close, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. It's on
People love to tell us when we are wrong.
It's on canvas. Look at right here, over the edge. Look right there. You see all that?
At it. No, you can't see it.
Yeah, you can see it like leaked under
but
right
it's like
there.
It's blurred. It's blurred.
Oh, here, move your dishes, and I'll show them. Okay, here
I'll put my face down so that way we'll stop focusing on my face.
So someone taped all along this line.
Now it's blurry again. Okay, there we go.
And they've painted it.
It's really cool. We pulled that out from the frame. I actually think that this particular art goes better in this frame because this is a very ornate frame. So the one behind us, Zeb's going to bring it up closer to you guys. It's a pastoral print. And we put it in this wooden frame, and it's $399.95. It's original art. It is signed by F. Cassidy, I believe is the name. And the frame itself is 24 by 36. And then I don't know how big
the frame is bigger than that.
The art is 24 by 36, and then the frame adds about 5 inches.
So that car print was in here.
Yeah, I just
we like this subject matter a lot better for this frame. Much better.
Yeah, much better. And we might, I mean, if the car print doesn't sell without a frame, we might have a frame for it in the barn because we do have a few or 20 frames. Okay, next up, this is a cute little cookie jar. It was $3. We're selling for $14.95. I think this is Indiana glass. Let me take off the price tag so you guys can see how pretty that is. I think it'd be so pretty with Christmas candy in it.
Oh, actually, the car frame was in this one.
Oh, and this one was in that one.
This one was over there in that one, yeah.
No.
Are you sure? Maybe not.
No, this was in this one. I didn't.
Also, an original painting. This one here, I feel like this it's got like a really high gloss glaze over it to protect the paint. But I feel like from about this distance in the room, because it looks like a portrait instead of a painting to me. Like someone did a really good job. I think, I don't know, you can find them on TikTok. There's people that'll like go and put scenes in these old like thrifted art.
Put a pirate ship on it.
You could put a pirate ship in there. I've seen people do ghosts. I've seen people do like video game recreations in old pastorals. But I just think that this is an amazing piece, even though it's kind of dark. The sunset is awesome.
And this one is $324.95. mostly it's the same size and it's original art, but I think the other one's prettier, so that one's more expensive.
The frame is better on this other one.
The frame is better on the other one too. Okay, next up, this is our last item that's not linens. So we've got these plates. These are Red Wing pottery plates. They've got like roses on them, and then we've got these teacups. So the teacup with a saucer is $9.95. And then these plates are $7.95. And these were $1 each for like the cup and saucer, and then we paid $1 each for the plates. The Lexington rose, I just thought it was really pretty. So from like the mid-century 40s,
and they're
50s.
They're Red Wing. I love their logo.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's flip that camera around. We did good on the quilts this week. Odelia, are you going to be on the we're going to be standing there.
She's down to just a few more days.
I know. She's about ready to go on her mission to Michigan. All right, let's flip it around. You can see Odelia there.
Okay.
We're going to go to the family room.
I didn't break anything.
Nope. Also, if you're just tuning in, just a reminder that our English and French collection is 25% off for Labor Day weekend 2024, as is our milk paint, farmhouse finishes, and bond is also 25% off. No code needed at JamieRayVintage.com. If you've been here the whole time, you already heard the spiel, but if you just tuned in midway through, then you wouldn't know. All right. First things first, we've got this really great standard size sham. And it is got some hand stitching. It is mass produced, but it's got hand stitching. And it's $9.95. What?
Nothing.
It is, or it has.
It has got it.
I'm tired. It has hand stitching. And it's $9.95. And then it has like these ties in the back. It is made in India. They do a ton of hand stitching there. All right. Zeb's going to show the next one up.
Normally I'd let that ride, but that one made me chuckle.
The next one is also $9.95. This is actually one of my most favorite pillowcases that we have purchased in a while, because not only does it have embroidery, but it has beautiful crocheted lace around the edge, which is really very detailed and pretty.
$9.95 on this one.
And we do get asked this a lot. We wash all of our linens. Our Afghans, we never put in the dryer, and most quilts never get put in the dryer. Other than that, then we do put like sheets and things like that in the dryer, but everything just hangs over my banister. Next up, for $12.95, we've got these 5 cloth napkins. I think you could use them as cloth napkins, or you can make little pillows. It's got like this smaller floral in it. And then there's also, or a bandana, Odelia says. And then 2 are like this. And I think they're kind of autumn colors, you know, kind of coming in there. Is that blurry? I don't know. I think they're really pretty. All right, Zeb is ready.
I need you to come help me.
This one was so dirty at the bins.
It'd been drug on the floor.
It'd been drug on the floor, but all I had to do was Tide and OxyClean. It's a queen size quilt. It's got all this hand stitching in it. And I did show that it has a couple of spots. These are just fuzz balls where the stitching kind of was coming out a little bit, but it's really pretty. It's soft, and it's got like this great linen navy blue edge to it. So I think this would be great if you wanted to have it on your bed and then put like a more ornate, detailed quilt, like across the edge.
That's so bright.
Throw.
I don't know if they're going to see the awesome
stitching.
Yeah. So it's just stitched all along there.
We got a pot holder that a grandma crocheted, or somebody who's just really cool. It's $4.95. Came from the bins. Wash that up. And then we've got, this is a little like, my mom said a sampler. I just thought it was a table scarf. It's $12.95, hand sewn. It's got the maker on the back.
Brenda Grimes, 1996.
Brenda Grimes. Just a little Americana there. And then we are going to show some Afghans. So we have some really cool ones. This one is a really thick, like the crochet is very close together. So it's a thick, heavy Afghan. It would be perfect for the back of a couch because it's kind of long and skinny. It's $29.95, and it's got hot pink and like a cranberry, burgundy, and cream, and then fringe on the edge.
I honestly think that this would be really cool as like a tree skirt. You just bunch it up around the bottom of your tree because it's got the right reds and cranberry.
It's the right length too. You can just kind of bunch it all the way around. I hadn't even thought about that. All right, next up, this is what I call a Zeb special. It's $22.95, and it's totally colored. That if Zeb was a single dude that he put in his house.
Yep.
He loves it.
I love greens, tans. Or I love, if you haven't caught on yet, I love earthy tones and sky blues.
This This one has fringe, a lot like the other one. This would be perfect for around a Christmas tree. It's got a little slightly different pattern and a little more daylight, not as tightly crocheted. This one's $22.95. And then we found like the largest granny square quilt ever. It's $69.95 and it has flowers on it.
So heavy. It's like so tightly.
Queen size.
It's so tightly knit that
on the other side, the other side has
the other
flowers.
side is the good
it's
side.
It's not in perfect condition, but in pretty good condition for the age. Definitely vintage.
I think this is already sold.
Sorry, guys.
We can't even hold it up. It's so big.
It's so big.
Like it might be. It might even be king size.
No, I'm pretty sure it's queen.
It's very.
I know what queen looks
like.
Look
how far away you are from me.
All right. Well, if it's king, it's gonna look even better because it's gonna cover your.
It's gonna really drape.
All right. This one will probably not show up on camera as pretty as it is. This one is Battenberg.
Here, let me show it close.
$49.95, and this is another one that I gave a good OxyClean to because it was slightly dirty from the bins. But it's got Battenberg lace on it. It does have some wear on the edges, but it's so pretty. It's queen size and very, very fancy. The whole thing is lace pretty much, except for there's a few triangles without it. But the majority of the inside is all Battenberg lace, or it's like a flat lace with an embroidery on it. Did you show them up close?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. All right, I want to make sure because I promise you it's even better in real life. That is actually something that I for sure would decorate with. I love it so much.
Like you might see something like that in the cottage once we finally get around to doing it.
So this I believe already sold. We're selling for $49.95. It's got like really soft yellow sunflowers on this one side. It's a Martha Stewart king size. And the whole thing is machine quilted in kind of the squiggly pattern. And then the back is a stripe pattern that matches the floor.
I like it because you could go both ways.
Yeah. Do you want to show the sunflowers up close so they can see it?
Yeah. And they might be able to see them better from far away.
That it's almost a neutral, I feel like. And then last but not least, we have one more Afghan. This one was one of the first to sell. Zeb picked up this one at Goodwill, I believe.
Yes.
Or DI. And we sold it for $22.95.
That one was a DI one.
And it's peach and like a mauve-y rose color. And it's just really pretty. And it was the first Afghan to sell this evening, I believe. And it, again, has the fringe edge, which is really popular. So, all right. I think that's it. We made it through, which is shocking because Zeb and I were both super crazy tired. Thank you for joining us for our thrift haul. You can shop JamieMarieVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jamie Marie Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye, you guys. Bye. You know how to turn it off, Odelia?